Hello everyone, and welcome back to our weekly series of Is the Shrine Worth It? The series where we have a look at the perks and the Shrine secrets and see if they're really worth your 2,000 iridescent shards each. This week we have a pretty good shrine. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. We have perks from the Unknown, the Lich, Zarina, and Rebecca. Those perks are Unforeseen, Languid Touch, Red Herring, and Reassurance. Let's get into the survivor perks first. Our first survivor perk is Reassurance. When within a 6 meter radius around a hooked survivor, use the active ability button 2 to pause their struggle progression for 30 seconds. If they're on the struggle phase, it also pauses the struggle skill checks. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Reassurance a 7 out of 10 in terms of its strength. I think that it's quite niche that you'd need it, and you'd be very unlucky to have to use it because it means that you're playing with a killer who is just being very obnoxious and camping a hook. So it can go in your build without it requiring anything else, but I personally wouldn't pop it in mine. Whether you think this is strong or not, it is from Rebecca Chambers, and Rebecca is a licensed character in the game. So I would say this is 100% worth picking up whether you like it or not, because the only other way that you're going to get Rebecca's perks is by spending real life money. Let's move on to the second perk. Unfortunately, this is very complicatedly worded, so I will try my best to explain it in the video. After repairing a generator for at least 1 second, it will be highlighted to you with a yellow aura. The generator stays highlighted until it is fully repaired. You repair a new generator or enter a locker. Entering any locker will trigger a loud noise indicator for the killer at the highlighted generator's location. Red Herring can only be triggered once every 15 seconds. This is what it looks like in game. I am going to give Red Herring a 4 out of 10. I think it's very niche and kind of difficult to get any value out of, because what you want to do is run all the way across the map to get any value out of it. Otherwise, you're going to be triggering a noise notification kind of close to you. A killer will come over, he will check the lockers, he will check all the gens. You won't be very safe if you use it. So unless you are very confident at looping, I wouldn't put this in your build. Whether you think it's strong or not, Zarina is a very odd character and not licensed, so I wouldn't say this is worth picking up. Instead, buy Zarina and you get all 3 of her perks when you level her up through the Blood Web. Let's move on to the killer perks. Our first killer perk is Languid Touch. When a survivor within 36 meters of you scares a crow, they suffer from the exhausted status effect for 10 seconds. Languid Touch has a 5-second cooldown. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Languid Touch an 8 out of 10. I actually think this is a secretly very good perk. There are birds all over the map, so this is going to trigger pretty much all the time. And a 5-second cooldown on it is basically nothing. It's up all the time. You don't really need any other perks to put this in your build. However, if you like this perk or if you don't like it, it is from a licensed character. The Lich is a licensed killer, so I would say it's 100% worth picking up. The only other way you're going to pick him up is with your real life money. Our fourth and final perk is Unforeseen. When you perform the damage action on a generator, your terror radius transfers to the generator for 30 seconds, and its radius is set to 32 meters. You gain undetectable during that duration. Then this perk goes on a 30-second cooldown. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Unforeseen a 10 out of 10. I think this is a very, very strong perk. No matter what killer you put it on, Undetectable is incredibly strong, and 30 seconds of this effect, and then a 30-second cooldown, very, very strong, very, very short cooldown. I would pop this in any build on any killer. The only negative is that the Unknown is not licensed. However, I personally don't think that the other two perks the Unknown has are really worth ever putting in a build. And I personally don't like the way that the Unknown plays. You may like it, that's absolutely fine. But I would say this is probably one of the few unlicensed perks that I would say is worth picking up in the Shrine. So I would say go for it. So to recap this week, the perks that we want to pick up are Unforeseen, Languid Touch, and Reassurance. The only one that we want to stay away from is Red Herring. Thank you for watching this week's video, and I'll have more for you coming up. See you then!